Hello everybody, I'm Travis Burnett, a preschool teacher with the University of Tennessee Early Learning Center. Here today to share with some ideas and thoughts with you about what to do while we're having this unprecedented working from home time with our children. I'm currently working from home with all 6 of my kids here as well. Right now I've got my son Teddy with me.
Benji.
My son Benji and my daughter Flossie. My oldest daughter Sophie's filming this video for me. And my other 2, Annabelle and Bowen, well, they're somewhere around the house. Well, one of the things we like to do as a family and as a classroom that I work in is reading and storytelling. And reading and storytelling really helps promote brain development within children. It helps with language and literacy. It helps in understanding emotions and perspectives. And it can strengthen your relationship just having that time together. And you don't always have to read books. Picture books are a great way. Singing songs, telling rhymes, or just telling personal stories about your own experiences, your community, your culture will really help with your children. And any time is a good time for a book or a story. Meal times, car rides, or when you just feel like you need a break from whatever you're doing. So we would like to share with you as the Maple Classroom a book that we created about a character that we came up with in our classroom. And this is a very special character, as he is not exactly always the friendliest. And we love to tell his adventures while we're sitting together during meal times. And so I encourage you after the story is maybe make up your own stories with your kids, or just use a break from working to share and to read together. And so we hope that, for these next few weeks while you're home working, that you all find ways to enjoy each other and share these experiences, and then maybe go back and share with others. Thank you. The Big Grumpy Travis, written and illustrated by Travis Burnett. Once upon a time, there was a wonderful land called Maple. The land of Maple was filled with beautiful trees, flowers, and birds. It had a city filled with interesting buildings, a university, and lots of things to explore. It had a school with children that learned, laughed, and sang songs all day. In the land of Maple, however, there was a deep, dark, leaky parking garage. In this garage lived a creature like no other. This creature looked like part man and part wolf. It had long purple hair, a big red beard, was missing half his left foot, and wore dirty pajamas. The children called him the Big Grumpy Travis. The Big Grumpy Travis was always grumpy, but no one ever knew why. He spent most of his days walking around the deep, dark parking garage, grumbling at cars and throwing trash on the ground. One day, Big Grumpy Travis went down to the land of Maple to see what all the fuss was about at the school. Big Grumpy Travis noticed the children working on projects, reading books, singing songs, and having dance parties. This made Big Grumpy Travis extra grumpy because he didn't understand why all the children were so happy. While he was looking through the window, one of the children spotted him and yelled, "It's the Big Grumpy Travis!" Big Grumpy Travis felt scared and ran all the way back to the deep, dark parking garage. The children felt sad to see Big Grumpy Travis run away. They had screamed with excitement, not fear. The children had always wanted to meet Big Grumpy Travis. The next day in assembly, the children decided that they would take a walking trip to the deep, dark parking garage to meet the Big Grumpy Travis. This would mean they would have to navigate over tall grass, through puddles of water, mud, a littered park, and construction to get to the garage. The children were confident they could do it because they knew they could do hard things. After the long journey, the children approached the garage and shouted, "Big Grumpy Travis!" Big Grumpy Travis shouted back, "Go away! You screamed at me." The children told Big Grumpy Travis that they were excited to see him and didn't mean to scare him. The children said, "We want you to come to school and play." Big Grumpy Travis thought about it and decided that even though he was nervous, he would go to school with the children in Maple. School was the best thing Big Grumpy Travis had ever seen. There were lots of materials to draw with, play games with, and pretend with. Big Grumpy Travis learned about using his words to express his feelings, using a mood meter, sharing with friends, and learning new letters and numbers. Big Grumpy Travis learned what it meant to have a pet and take care of it. He thought it would be great to have a pet of his own. One night, before he went to bed, he heard a sound. Outside of the garage was a cute black and white cat. Big Grumpy Travis decided to name the cat Fluffy. The only problem with the cat was that it smelled really bad. Big Grumpy Travis took his cat to visit the children in the land of Maple the next day. The children began to giggle when they saw the cat. "Big Grumpy Travis," the children said, "that's no cat, that's a skunk." Big Grumpy Travis did not care. He loved his pet Fluffy, and nothing would change that. It would change the smell of the deep, dark parking garage, but he didn't mind that either. Big Grumpy Travis spent the next few weeks learning about games with the children. He learned how to play Top It, Dice Race, and Candyland. He learned new fancy words like versions, cooperation, and competition, playing with the children in Maple. Big Grumpy Travis noticed that the children were working on inventing their own game, but they would not let him see it. The children told Big Grumpy Travis that it was a surprise. Then the day came, and the children unveiled the game to Big Grumpy Travis, and it was called the Grump Hunt. The game told the story of the land of Maple and the Big Grumpy Travis. It had the school, his parking garage, and all the places in between on the game board. Big Grumpy Travis experienced a feeling he had never felt before. Love. He played the game with the children every day. It came time for the end of the year, and this made Big Grumpy Travis excited and sad at the same time. He was excited because there would be new friends to meet and to get to know. But he was also sad that some of his friends were leaving to go to a new school and have brand new adventures. Big Grumpy Travis sat in the deep, dark parking garage and thought about it. And thought of all the things that had happened over the past year. He had finally made friends, learned new things, had gotten a pet cat. He realized as he laid down to go to sleep that night that for the first time in forever, he didn't feel so grumpy. So remember, children, if you're ever in a parking garage and hear grumbling and see trash on the ground, be sure to look around. Big Grumpy Travis just might be there.